Hi, I'm Ree from mummyoffour.com. Welcome back to my channel and another grocery haul for my large family of 6 during lockdown 2020. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you our entire weekly shop as well as the meal plan for everything we're going to be having during the week. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video for that. If you are new here, welcome. Please subscribe, hit the bell to be notified when I post new videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday at 7 PM. I do lots of grocery hauls as well as speed clean videos, vlogs, life hacks, parenting tips, tricks, hacks and advice. I hope you will love it all. I would love to have you as a subscriber. Now let's take a look at what I have bought today. I'm going to show you everything I've bought category by category, and then I am going to show you the meal plan at the end. But we're going to start today because it's quite warm and I want to get the frozen stuff away with the frozen stuff. So we're starting with, really, these belong in the don't judge me section, don't they? But we have got rather a lot of ice creams, and this is just because I feel really sort of like guilty that we're not really taking the children out lots of places. Wales is still kind of quite locked down, so we're going out for an ice cream in the garden because, you know, that's all we can do. So we've got some Oreo stick sandwiches. Tried some of these recently and they are divine. Some little mini Magnum things, which I thought I could have one of those because they're smaller and feel like I've had a treat, and they're not as big, so perhaps they're for when I'm feeling like I'm being good, again, inverted commas, even though I'm having a chocolate lolly. These are perhaps the best things in the world ever. And then we've got Soleros, which are only 98 calories, bargain amount of calories, and some Morrisons own versions of cornettos, because William really likes those. So I thought they'll be just nice little treat in the garden to sort of feel like we're going out for an ice cream, even though we're largely still staying in because not much is open in Wales yet. Then we've got some crispy chicken sort of burger things, what they call just chicken breast things. Now we have these when we're having burgers, and Zara's not fussed on beef burgers, so she has one of those instead. So I've got 2 packs of those. Now I haven't actually got any fresh meat in this haul because we're having a delivery from a local butcher tomorrow, and they are bringing steak, chicken breast, a big tray of chicken breast that we can divide up and freeze, and a big tray of burgers as well. So that's what Zara will have when we have burgers. I've got 2 bags of my favourite chips. I've tried all sorts of different ones. I've tried the naked versions of these, the McCain naked ones, and I just didn't find they cooked as well. They took a really long time, whereas these just cook really well every time. Then we've got some frozen roasties, they're just super easy, and some broccoli because I'd gone into my backup bag of that, that's really easy, just chuck in the steamer. And then some petit pois peas, which are slightly more expensive when they're petit pois than just normal peas. I'm not sure why. Are they nicer? I don't know. Sometimes I buy one, sometimes I buy the other. I can't say I really notice the difference. Now I'm going to pop all this stuff away and then show you the chilled. That's the frozen stuff away. I know a lot of you get quite nervous about me leaving the frozen stuff out on the counter, worry about it kind of melting into a puddle. So fear not, it is safely in the freezer. So starting back here, we have got some baking potatoes and some sweet potatoes. So most of the family like baking potatoes if we do jacket potatoes, but a couple of us do like the sweet potatoes, so I'll do those as one meal, which, as again, stay tuned to the end. I'll explain what I'm doing with all this stuff in our meal plan. Then we've got some baby new potatoes, which I feel are quite summery new potatoes, aren't they? I don't know if that's just me feeling like sounding quite insane, but I do associate new potatoes with being quite summery. And then we've got some onions. We've got 2 bags of carrot battens, which mostly get used like lunches raw. I tend to just use frozen carrots if I'm steaming them and cooking them with dinner. So these are just to snack on, either to go with salad, because I do like to put a bowl of salad on the table at every mealtime. Anything that isn't kind of gravy based would have salad on the side of it, really. And the children are picking at it so much more now that it is on the table, which you will know if you watched my What We Eat in a Week video. And if you enjoyed that video, by the way, I think I am planning on filming a What We Eat in a Day video later this week, so look out for that. Make sure you are subscribed. Anyway, there's another reason I'm using these, which I will get to in a second, for a snack for me, which is really delish. Anyway, we've got baby spinach, which I use as the leaf for my salad, which goes on the table. I know you can cook spinach, but I just quite like it raw as a salad. We've actually got 2 cucumbers this week because we're going through so much cucumber. I'm now finding everyone in the family will eat the cucumber out of the salad. The cucumber and the spinach and the carrots, they're all eating every meal, including my husband, who's never been one for salad. Then we've got peppers. 1 pack I will use for fajitas, the other pack will go in the salad. And then we've got some of these mange too, and baby corn, also for fajitas. Again, stay tuned to the end, I shall explain further about the meal plan. Then salad, tomatoes. I do put these in the salad every day, but I seem to be the only one that eats them. But you know, working on it, working on it. Then on to fruit. We have got bananas. We all know I'm not fussed on bananas, but my children do like them. Those are enormous. I might actually give them half of one of those bananas each, because they have fruit, generally some fruit of some description, breakfast, lunch and dinner. Those are some giant bananas. Half one of those will be plenty. Then we've got grapes. I know these are actually for my mother-in-law. She's asked me for some of those. So they were 2 for £3. She's got black, red, and then a great selection of grapes. Got a massive thing of strawberries for £3, which we do love strawberries in this house. When it comes to which fruit the children have, rather than be like a breakfast, lunch, dinner kind of thing, it tends to be that the berries get eaten earlier in the week because they go off quicker. And then later in the week, we will move on to bananas and apples and things that, you know, that last a bit better. So we've got strawberries. They'll need to be eaten today, tomorrow, type maybe the day after. What date is the date today? It's the 15th. Oh, there you go. So those are up till the 18th. That's not too bad. That's not too bad for strawberries. And then we've got raspberries. So these are actually going to need to be eaten before the strawberries. They just get rinsed and bunged on the table. Those I rinse and chop off the tops and cut them into quarters and pop those on a bowl and table for the children. And then we've got some easy peelers. They're actually for my mother-in-law as well, because we're still finding oranges a bit hit and miss. Sometimes the children are really enjoying them because they're nice and sweet and juicy, and other times they're like too many pips in them and too many white bits on them and not enough flavour, and they complain about them and don't eat them. So I don't know. I feel a bit let down by oranges, or whatever these are called, satsumas, or, you know, small orange fruit. I don't know. I guess they're all called oranges, aren't they? Satsumas, clementines, all the different versions. Feeling a bit let down by them at the moment. Then we've got a pack of pink lady apples, which I chop up and pop on the table as well for the children to eat. I've got to say, I love a bit of pink lady apple myself. On to dairy. We have got 2 lots of 4 pints of milk for cereal, and my husband and teenager will probably just drink that as well, but the little ones just have that on cereal. And I've got some hummus. I used to be obsessed with hummus. We've got a lemon and coriander hummus, and what's the other hummus? Just a reduced fat hummus. Now, I love hummus with some either cucumber sticks or carrot battens to dip. The children, not so fussed on it, but I will literally just eat that. And there's not that many, there's hardly any calories in these. There's a small amount of calories in the hummus, but it's kind of good calories, I'm thinking. And it just is such a yummy snack, and that's kind of better than reaching for crisps or something, I suppose. On to cheese. We've got some mature cheddar in blocks. They were 2 for a price that I will put on screen. And then we've got some mozzarella for when we do our homemade pizzas, which I shall discuss at the end when we get to the meal plan. But I buy the mozzarella grated because it is a pain in the bottom to grate. So that is well worth buying ready grated. Then we've got some innocent smoothies. I give the children these as a treat breakfast time on the weekends. They're a bit expensive to have every day, but they sort of make a nice treat on Saturdays and Sundays. And even though the children aren't in school, we do try and differentiate the weekends versus the weekdays, just to kind of maintain a level of normality. We've got some muller corners for my husband and teenager, and some fromage frais for the little ones. I try and give them the same flavour each day. That's not going to work out, is it? Because I haven't got multiples of 3. Just so they don't argue. But if I'm honest, fromage frais that are all one flavour cause far less fights. Then we've got some sausages to try, some fresh sausages. I thought I'd do these as just sausage sandwiches one day for lunch, or maybe 2 days for lunch. I've got 2 packs. Now, confession, I have no idea what the difference between Cumberland and Lincolnshire sausages are. Does anyone know? I bought both because I wasn't sure which ones to get. I thought we'd try them. But honestly, does anyone know? Please fill me in. I'd love to know the difference. And then we've got some ham, which we will use for homemade pizzas as well as for sandwiches. And then we've got some cocktail sausages for lunches. The children do like kind of to have generally like a cold picky lunch with some cheese and ham sandwiches, some cocktail sausages, and then some little carrot sticks and fruit and things. That tends to be what they have for lunch. Then occasionally we will do like sausage sandwiches, or perhaps we'll do burgers one day, or cheese on toast, or we've got some other bits and pieces, ideas for lunch. But generally they do have a cold lunch. Now that the chilled stuff is all put away and not going to be dripping all over my countertops, we can go and look at the dry stuff. So we've got 2 bottles of squash. As I've discussed before, we like to use these fridge jugs for squash. It keeps it really nice and cold. It's a really good way to remember to keep hydrated in this warm weather, because let's face it, it is much easier, let me know in the comments if you agree, to keep hydrated with squash than remembering to drink water. Maybe that's just me. We just put the fridge jugs on the table at every meal, and then everyone has got some ice cold squash to enjoy. Then we've got some baked beans, which will feature in 1 or 2 of our meals this week. We have got some fajita seasoning, and I thought I'd try this. It's not actually in my meal plan for the week, but I thought I might have it in the cupboard for when we wanted to do kind of chip shop kind of stuff. As we've not really been having takeaways since the lockdown, we've been trying to make like takeaway versions at home, so I thought that might be quite fun one night, but not this week. And then for my fajita meal, which will go with this seasoning, we have got some refried beans and some guacamole, because we went into our backup ones in the cupboard. If you are new here, you won't know that I like to have one to use and one as a backup, and then when we go into the backup one, we put the item onto the shopping list to get another one. So that's why we do that. Then we've got some tomato and herb pizza chopper for our homemade pizzas. I have actually got 2 of each of these, because it's been a little while since I bought them in my last shop, and we've used our backup ones as well. So we've got sweet and sour one night, and then we've got curry another night. Now I do actually do the 3 flavours of curry when I do curry, and we do this instead of having like a takeaway curry. So the Madras, this one is much nicer. We've tried a few of the different brands, and the Sharwood's one is the one everyone tends to prefer. They didn't have the Sharwood's one in that one, but I mean these, the korma and the tikka, no one seems to sort of mind, you know, all of them seem quite nice, whereas the Sharwood's Madras is much nicer than the other ones. Then we've got some mango chutney. Now, mango chutney seems to be a little bit hit and miss. The Sharwood's one, which I couldn't get, is not spicy, so everyone likes that. But some of the mango chutneys, I know the Tesco's own one, and I think we had the Patak's one before, is really spicy. Now, should mango chutney be spicy, or should it be like a cooling sauce to go with things? I don't mind either way, but obviously the children prefer it without the spice. Also, when we are having curry, we will have poppadoms on the side. Now we're moving into like bready products. So we've got 2 loaves of best of both for sandwiches. We've got 3 packs of white baps. So one of the meals when we're doing burgers, I will use another one for lunches for sausage sandwiches, and another one for lunches perhaps just for sandwiches. Then we've got some tortilla wraps. 1 pack of them is for doing fajitas, and the other pack of them will be for making our homemade pizzas. Then we've got the best naan bread in the whole world. I adore this naan bread, and it's a really good price as well. They're absolutely huge, and they're just so delicious to go with our curry. So we've got bagels. I haven't had bagels for a while. I wanted, ideally, the wholemeal bagels, but they didn't have those, but these are at least pre-sliced, so they're really easy to pop in the toaster. I love a bagel with a bit of hummus on it, but the children will eat them with peanut butter or whatever, so I thought that might be a bit of a change for another lunch. And then we've got crumpets. My husband loves the crumpets. He has them for breakfast, and then the children are like, Daddy, can I have those too? And then they're all gone. And he's like, ah, great, no more crumpets for me. On to Don't Judge Me. Now, we already had a lot of ice cream in Don't Judge Me, so it's a huge Don't Judge Me really, but I did have to pack away the ice cream so we didn't end up with an ice cream puddle. So we've got some of these, which are a treat for the children for the weekend only for breakfast. And then we've got, I don't know, these kiddie snacks. We've discussed this before. Do they belong in Don't Judge Me? What do you think? I think they probably do. They're quite sugary. These Fruity Stars, the children adore. I just figure they're like not quite as bad as giving them Haribo if I'm giving them a treat, I guess, after dinner or something. So those they love. And then these strawberry yogurt flake snack things. They're really into those as well. Then we've got some lightly salted tortilla chips, which we will have with some salsa on the side of our fajitas. A massive bag of crisps. My husband's the big crisp eater, to be honest. The children sometimes have crisps with the sandwiches and fruit and things for lunch, but really the crisp addict is my husband. And I've got, I'm obsessed with these at the moment. I actually think I might prefer them to the peppermint ones, but these are my current guilty pleasure, my current go-to. Now someone said, now I haven't seen them in real life, so you're gonna have to confirm this for me, that they do raspberry versions of these. Like, I need that in my life, I really do. Haven't seen them, where can I get them? So those I quite like. These I think I like more. Do you have a preference? Which is better? And then the Turkish Delight there for my husband. The mini rolls, all of the family love those. I don't, you know, I don't object to them. They're perfectly okay. I'm not in love with them like I am in love with these. And we've got a little treat size bag of Heroes. I mean, treat size, it's like, just means small, doesn't it? It's just a funny, jazzed up marketing way of saying small, but it is just a way of giving the children something little without sort of giving them something massive. Then we've got some salted cashews, which are amazing. So much better than peanuts. Don't know why, I guess it's because they're softer or creamier or something, but amazing. Got a bottle of lockdown juice. Who's drinking lockdown juice at the moment? I mean, not necessarily at the moment while you're watching this video, although you could be. But I think we're all indulging in a little bit of lockdown juice, aren't we? Then we've got some Jaffa cakes, which my Kitty Winkies and husband love. And then these, the Mars and the Snickers, that's all my husband, to be honest. He loves those. I would only a Mars bar or Snickers if I was sort of so hungry that I had the shakes. Other than that, I wouldn't reach for that as a treat. And he likes to put them in the fridge and slice them up into like pieces. But this is the big debate that goes on in our house. I think that my chocolate should be kind of out of the fridge and soft, teetering on bendy, and he thinks it should be in the fridge and ready to break his teeth. What do you think? And also let me know in the comments what's in your Don't Judge Me section this week. We all have one. What's in yours? On to kind of homeware stuff, and then we're going to discuss how much this haul was and look at our meal plan. So this is such a divine floor cleaner. It smells amazing. I put it in my Veleda 1-2 spray, and then the whole house smells gorgeous, just gorgeous. Then we've got some dishwasher tablets, just some unbranded Morrisons ones, because I have found that, well, if I've tried more expensive ones, I haven't noticed the difference. If there is a difference or a brand that I should be trying that are more expensive that are well worth it, do let me know. Then we've got Zoflora, which I use for all sorts of various things. I dilute and put in my bottle like this. I will link this bottle below. I just put a capful of Zoflora in there and then fill that up with water and use it for all sorts of things. But it's also good for just like sticking a little bit into your loo brush, into the holder, and then that kind of disinfects that. But I have actually got a whole blog post on, I think, 40 different ways to use Zoflora, so I will link that too. Then we've got some freezer bags. I don't use plastic bags much. The only thing I really use them for now is when we buy a tray of chicken to kind of bag them up into portions. So that's why I've got these. I do try and use like boxes or reusable things wherever I can, but for chicken, this is kind of what we're sort of stuck on. So if you have got a better way that I could portion up chicken breasts in my freezer that doesn't involve disposable bags, I am all ears. But I'm kind of stuck on a way to do that because the boxes would take up too much space. It just wouldn't fit because we've got literally a massive box, like a whole box like that, of chicken breasts that we need to section up. So all ears if you can think of a better alternative for those. The total spend for that shop is on screen now. Now let's go and have a look at our meal plan and what we're going to do with all of this food. If you haven't seen this before, this is my organisation station. I have got a blog post which I shall link, which explains how to put one of these together, and you can grab all the printables too. So that's just the kind of this week and next week what's on, and this month and next month. Obviously not much at the moment because we're still sort of in lockdown. But then we have a shopping list over here. We write on it with these whiteboard pens. These are just frames. All this stuff is linked in the blog post. Now on to our meal plan for the week. So a lot of this stuff is stuff that I'm kind of using up or having from the butchers. So tonight we're having scampi chips and peas. The peas came in the order today, as did the chips.
But the scampi, I had some of that. It's been sitting in my freezer for a while, so I want to use that up. Now I have got a video coming out later this week all about meal planning, how to get that done the right way, to use stock rotation and grocery shopping and all that kind of stuff. So do look out for that video. And then tomorrow we're going to have steak, and the children are gonna have burgers because they're not fussed on steak, with chips and peas again actually. So we're having 2 days in a row with chips and peas, but it's not the end of the world. The reason I've put the steak and the burgers up here is because the rolls will go off if I leave it much further down the week. But the steak and the chicken and the stuff from the butchers isn't coming till tomorrow, so that's why it's in this order. Then we are having fajitas, which will be with the peppers, the onions, the sweet corn and the mange tout, the wraps, the chicken that's coming tomorrow, and the cheese, the refried beans, and the guacamole and the salsa that I already had in the fridge. Then Thursday we're doing jacket potato, we're doing some normal potatoes, some sweet jacket potatoes, and that says cheese, you can't read my writing, that says cheese, and some baked beans. Then Friday, instead of having a takeaway, we are having curry, so we're having the curry sauces that I showed you, the chicken that is being delivered tomorrow, some onion will go in there, and on the side of all this, guys, I am doing the salad because we do like to have a little bit of salad on the side of everything. I put it in a bowl in the middle of the table. It does encourage the children to eat it. They're doing so much better since I'm doing that. Then on Saturday, we're having homemade pizzas with wraps, the pizza sauce, the mozzarella, the pineapple that I already had in the cupboard, and the ham that I bought. And then on Sunday, I'm doing a roast, which will be with the chicken that's coming from the butchers. And then with that, we'll have roast potatoes, roast parsnip, some veg that I will pop in the steamer, namely broccoli, some peas, some beans, some carrots, and then I will do gravy with that, as well as some stuffing balls. So that is our meal plan for the week. What is on your meal plan? Have you done your meal planning yet? Do you do meal planning? And how do you make that work for your family? Thank you so much for watching. If you've liked this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe with this button here and hit the bell to be notified when I post new videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday at 7 p.m. If you want to catch my latest video, it's just across here. And for more videos I think you will enjoy from my channel, you can check out down here. I'll see you guys soon. Mwah. Bye.